Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 12 of City Skylines. Still having a lot of fun with this. Managed to sort out a lot of the problems the city was having. We've still got a few things where we've got people who are ill. Most of our problems in the city are caused by traffic. Now, I certainly do agree that many of the traffic problems here are caused by my own incompetence. I've got a lot of intersections, and because they have traffic lights, they are holding up the sort of flow of the traffic. That being said, I still think there are a few little AI issues. Bear in mind what you are currently watching now, even though this video should be coming out on Tuesday evening. So this video that you are watching now should technically be post-launch. However, the version of this game that I am playing is a pre-release press version. So it's quite possible that the game has been updated several times since this was recorded. In fact, the game actually received a rather large update on the morning of me recording this video. So the developers are definitely working right up until the last minute to make improvements. Our residential area over here is starting to improve. Looks like we do have a little bit of a fire issue going on over here. Maybe we should implement that policy for the smoke detector distribution. And one thing that I was also thinking that we could do is over in this area we could offer, not sure how much it will help, but we could offer free public transport in the industrial area, because this is where we've got the heaviest traffic. So if we could offer free public transport, Victoria Hills as well should probably be the same. They get a lot of fires here. Smoke detector distribution, free public transport. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, how do those tax reliefs actually work for residential? Because does that just mean it's that one particular area? Let's look. Yeah, increase or raise or lower the tax rate by 2%. So we can make some slight adjustments to individual tax rates. So if we've got an area like this where it is quite posh, and what are these people complaining about? The land value is low. Well, again, you're not wrong, are you? Plaza with picnic tables? At least that's quite small. We could put a few of these things around and increase some of the land value. It will mean destroying a house or two, sadly, but what the people want, the people get. Plaza with trees. We put some of these smaller ones in where we can find space. And these will raise the land value, I believe. Let's go ahead and grab something like a small playground as well. Throw one in where we can. Let's go ahead and put one in up here. It is about time we started raising the happiness. We haven't renamed our city, by the way. The city is still called Westwood, which is what the default name that I've left it on all along. If we have a look here, we've got a button that gives us some information about the city. We can see how many people live in our city and the demographic breakdown for the population. See how many households we've got, how many workers that we've got. In fact, we do have almost as many workers as there are jobs, so there shouldn't really be any unemployment. We are getting some tourism, not a huge amount of it. And industrial zones, what are the different colours? Different zones in the city, so blue is high density, possibly. Not too sure how that works out. Don't have many offices. We've still got quite a good demand for industrial, which is quite surprising. Let's go ahead and build another park or something down over this area, because the people over here seem a little bit sad as well. Of course, we are destroying a few houses in the process, but we can definitely build more as time goes on. We've got plenty of free space to building. Industrial, do we want to build more? And where do we want to build it? I guess we should keep all of our nasty, horrible, smelly industry together. We could build some more over here behind this oil field, but not actually assign it to the oil industry. Although there is a lot more oil over here. In fact, they've pretty much used most of the oil that is over on this part of the land. And it does cause a lot of pollution. They do all seem to be operating normally. I don't think we need to go ahead and remove any of that yet, and the oil is still making us a lot of money. Let's go and have another look and just see where all that oil is. So there's a little bit over here which we'll probably leave untapped, but we could certainly move out in the sort of northwest direction. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start working on a road or two. We'll go for the single lane roads. There's not an awful lot of traffic using these roads. There's a fair bit, but it's not terrible. We'll do the freeform roads, and we'll sort of try and build a road or two out in this direction here. There's a lot of trees around, which does help with the pollution to a certain degree. Trying to avoid doing grids. These are going to be some very very curvy roads, a little bit awkward. I know we've just destroyed a building there. That was intentional. Let us go down the sort of middle here and destroy a couple more buildings as we go. And what about over here? We could get some more curved roads. Bring that around. A little bit too steep for it there. Very nice. Look at that. Very curvy. It's difficult to see where the zoning is because of all the trees now, but let's just sort of cut that through the middle. There we go. That's enough roads for the time being. So let's go and zone this out as industry. So we'll use the paintbrush tool and go up along the side of the roads here. Just because, again, using curved roads, it doesn't give you big blocks of zones that are easy to paint. So, well, that one did because that was a straight enough road. But it works well. I think the game snaps to the grid quite nicely. So let's go ahead and paint all that in. We will need water over here, of course. The electricity shouldn't be a problem. We'll leave some of the trees in because they do help with some of the pollution. There we go. Okay, that's all done. Now let's go and sort the water out then. So we'll get some water pipes. We'll run pipes from here. We can pretty much cover all of that area. There's a little bit missing out, but most of those buildings should get covered anyway. Let's drag out over in that direction, and we can probably drag another water node from that pipe over there. There's a little bit up the top here that's still missing, but that should cover it all. Plenty of water to power to reach all of that. So let's go ahead and make it another district. Do I want to make it the same district as Victoria Hills? I don't think I do, even though I still want to make it the oil industry. So we'll select this area here. This is another district for us. There we go. And this is Concord Park. We do want to make this an oil district. And we also want to go in, get rid of that, thank you very much. We want to go in, add some policies, and we want to make, again, well, there isn't any public transport there at the moment, but smoke detector distribution would be very useful. I guess we should start thinking about recycling as well to produce less trash. Maybe Dale Heights should be thinking about that. I mean, we are taxing the absolute balls off of our industry, so I guess we should be, but we are giving them quite a few benefits in advance. So the land value here is absolutely terrible, so we'll leave that as it is. Industrial space planning doubles the amount of goods produced by the industry. I think we've already got that one going at Dale Heights. Yeah, we have high-tech housing, high-rise ban, heavy traffic ban. No heavy traffic vehicles allowed, does not affect highways. I mean, we could certainly impose that. How much would that cost us? Let's actually give it a go. Let's just pop that heavy traffic ban for a while, just to see what it does. Hopefully it'll still allow traffic to reach, because we've got a lot of landfills and things here. People aren't happy about the oil pumps. Not an awful lot I can do about that. Again, we've got a lot of traffic trying to come in here and head in different ways up and down the city. How is that having an effect on the traffic in the area? Not doing an awful lot to it. This bridge is taking a lot of traffic as well. And this main road is also quite busy. But having a high volume of traffic isn't necessarily a bad thing, as long as it's moving. Does this particular graph represent high volumes of traffic, or does it represent congestion? Got another house on fire. Probably not a good thing. On the plus side, we're not seeing a lot of abandoned buildings. We're seeing the odd one or two, but generally not all that many, and that is quite good. You can actually see the policies that are added. If you actually look closely at the name for the district, you can actually see all the policies. It seems like it's potentially working. We've nearly got 1 million credits in the bank. We're making a huge amount of money. We are still gaining some population. Let's have a look at our new area up here. There is still a couple of these places that didn't quite reach the water table. Let's just go ahead and fill those in. There we go. They'll all be good. So we've got more oil industry up here. And again, it's a blight on the landscape. But the oil makes us a lot of money. And a lot of money we like. We've got another full landfill, but we've also got an empty one. So let's go ahead and bulldoze the empty one. And let us start working on... Now, do any of these buildings require us landfills to be full? Let's just have a quick look, because if I'm destroying all the landfills, it's not going to help. So, squares of industrial zone built. Statue of Wealth we could build. I didn't even see that one unlock. Average citizen health under 20%. City money -1. You see, some of these actually require you to go bankrupt and things like that. So, when they're a requirement for something. So, in order to be able to build this statue of shopping, I need to bankrupt my city. So, the monuments are a little bit of a double-edged sword. Fill 3 cemeteries before we can build the Plaza of the Dead. Let's have a look. Weekly education expenses. Office zone. Crime rate over 50%. Construct an airport. Well, that'll happen at some point. Energy production. Commercial zone. University. Abandoned buildings in the city. You need 1,000 abandoned buildings in the city before you can build an observatory. Unemployment rate. Full lifespans. City service buildings. Children in elementary schools. City service buildings. Population highly educated. Construct a harbour. And more universities. So... we don't need to have landfills in order to complete any of those. So let's go ahead and start emptying that to another facility. How are the incinerators doing? Are they keeping up? They are. We could build another 1 or 2 if we need to. Probably won't be a bad idea at some point in the future. Building another... well, we've got a couple of incinerators down here. We'll probably start getting rid of some of these landfills, actually. You are 98% full. Let's start emptying out this one. Hopefully the incinerators will be able to keep up with it. I think at some point we are going to need to have another road that comes across over on to the highway. We've got some trash over here that isn't being collected efficiently. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a... nice pretty road with trees out in this direction. And, oh, I actually wanted the straight road tool there. There we go. Build that out in a straight line. And we will put ourselves another incinerator over there. Will cause a bit of pollution, but it will be fine. It does require water, of course. So let's go ahead and connect that up. Should require power as well. Will probably come up and give me that alert at the moment. Obviously doesn't have any power output. Doesn't say that it's using power. That's strange. The incineration plant just uses water, not power. Fair enough. Or does it have power? Produces its own power. That's interesting. Did I miss that? Incinerators. Power output 12 megawatts. Yes, they do. Right, so incinerators actually produce power as well as burning stuff. I hadn't even noticed that at all. That's a very important thing to know, because that means that I should make sure that all of my incinerators are connected up via something or another so that they can transmit power. In fact, we'll have a little bit of commercial zoning over here, and that will then connect all of those up. So that is a very useful thing to know. Getting a lot of deaths over here. I think we might need to get another cemetery or 2. I don't think we have a cemetery over here, do we? Let's go ahead and get... do we have one over here? No, not really. Not that we can see. Let's go ahead and pop one. Obviously, we've got buildings there that won't allow us to place. Let's go ahead and pop one over there. And that should deal with a lot of those problems. Cemetery usage isn't full yet. We haven't built any crematoriums, because we actually want to fill up 3 cemeteries. That will allow us to unlock one of the unique buildings. Now, there was one cemetery we had that was almost full. Yeah, not quite, though. Apparently, we have some problems with water as well. No, we definitely still have water. It's just one person complaining about it. It's very hard to click on the one you want to sometimes. It goes a little bit strange. Let's get rid of that. What's with the waterworks? Right, who are you? Where are you? No, obviously your problem has gone away, because there is plenty of water around. Let's go ahead and bulldoze the occasional abandoned building. Wow, that one's difficult to find in all of that luck. So things aren't going too badly. We're still getting a lot of dead people around. We could very well build a crematorium. I think that the cemeteries will start to fill up, and having a crematorium will help dealing with some of the excess bodies. The crematorium doesn't produce any power. It doesn't have any pollution either, and it's a relatively small building, doesn't produce any pollution. So let's go ahead and we can pop one down over here. That will certainly deal with some of the issues. We're probably going to need a couple of them around. So let us go ahead and do that where we can. Let's have one over here. Just any area where we don't really have that great a coverage and we're getting a fair few problems with deaths around. Like over here, for example, is a good one. Although these buildings all over here, these aren't even residential buildings, so clearly we're getting people dying in shops and stores and things like that, which is really strange. These guys don't like the fact that the land value is low. You are quite near a lot of pollution. I will grant you that one. So do you know what I'll do? We'll build you a small park and destroy your house with it. There we go. Problem solved. So still got a few fires. Okay, we've got at least one full cemetery. Now once all the cemeteries are full, then we will start to empty some of them out where we can. It's a little bit of a strange practice. I mean, people choose to be buried or people choose to be cremated. You don't normally dig bodies up from one cemetery and move them to another when it's full, or create ones that were pre-buried. It's a little bit weird. But fine, you know, we'll carry on. We need to get that achievement. We've got one full. I did see somewhere that we had an empty. Oh, we've got a building over there that isn't quite getting water. Let's go and fix that first. I did see somewhere that we had an empty landfill. Let's go ahead and get rid of it, which is this one here. So we don't need this one anymore. It's empty. Goodbye. Let's go and have a look at this. So our landfills are nearly full, but it doesn't matter because we're incinerating everything, so that's fine. Yep, crossroads and traffic. I'm well aware that there is a massive problem with my traffic management, and I use the word management loosely. All in all, though, the city's prospering. We are still gaining people. We're still making 14,000 credits a week. We're over 1 million now. A lot of money in the bank. We've still got more call for industrial. And I guess it's going to be time to start building out towards some of the other areas. If you actually look, well, let's use this button here. There's so much space we've got. We've got 3 entire tiles that we're not using. Well, we have started to build into one of them just. But the majority of our city is built within these 2 tiles, and we've still got 3 that we haven't used at all. So I've been very, very compact with my city, and even these have still got lots and lots of space in them. So I don't know, maybe I've been playing some other city builder in the past that's forced me to try and cram everything into a very, very small space. I can't imagine what that might have been. I think we might need to consider the potential of getting a road that comes along and joins over here, just so that we can take some traffic across, not all over on that bridge. Let's go ahead and build a... let's go ahead and build a 4-lane road with trees. Now, it's not going to help that this is only a single lane road or a 2-lane road. We can't actually upgrade that road because we've got stuff either side of it. Once we get rid of these places, which we will do eventually. So let's go ahead and build in this direction. And then we're going to bridge over. And we'll just snap to the road wherever we can. That's going to have upset a lot of people. But at least now we have another way across. Certainly going to be needed. It does give us a few more access options. As you can see already, we're creating more traffic. And it does mean now that these landfills can actually serve this area. Whereas before, they would have to literally go all the way around the city. So that is, that's fine. Things aren't going too bad. What else can we build here? Do I want to build any of these? The Statue of Wealth. Well, we can build it. So why not? Where do we want to have it? Over here somewhere? We'll be taking out a good chunk of the industrial if we did that. Where do we want to put it? Because it isn't really going to affect... Oh, we haven't got anything up here at all, have we? Let's go ahead and just dump it in the middle of all that lot. It'll increase the land value somewhere. So we've got quite a few of these going on now. Friendly Neighbourhood Park. We don't have that one yet either. So let's consider doing that. Where could we put this one? Maybe down over here somewhere. Again, I've kind of gimped myself a little bit with those curved roads. Let's drop it down there. Fantastic. What else do we have? That is another building. And this is the Mall of Moderation. Just trying to gauge them for size, really. See how big they are. Still appear to be having a lot of trash issues over here. That's fine. We can quite easily get another incinerator put in over here somewhere. Takes out a little bit of the industry, but never mind. That'll sort things out for a bit. Yeah, I'm happy. Well, I think I said 36,000 was the next milestone for population, so we're not going to hit that, but I'm certainly happy with the amount of money that we're making. We've probably still got some housing space left. Very few. We've got 7,100 households and 7,700 households available. What we could probably do is actually drop taxes maybe slightly for residential. Because we are making a lot of money. And dropping taxes on the residential a little bit might encourage some people to move in. On the other side, it may not. A building has burned down. Let's go ahead and get rid of that then. So we're starting to lose a few people now, which is weird. I'm not 100% sure why. Overall, though, we're making a lot of money. So what we'll do next time, when we come back on the next video, is we might choose one of the areas that we haven't built in yet, and we might start to build a bit of a larger residential area. But I'm off for a curry, so I'm going to end the video here. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you are enjoying Cities Skylines. And as the game is out now, or at least it should be if this video's gone out when it was supposed to, then I hope you guys can get your hands on it and have a go with it. It is a very fun game. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.